So we got some exciting news yesterday from Governor Hochul. We were awarded Auburn Community Hospital was awarded a $21 million New York State transformation grant. And that's for two really big projects that we're going to get moving on. One is to build a cardiac institute right here on our campus. And the other is to refurbish and expand our operating room facilities and our surgical services area. So they're two really important projects to our community. In particular, cardiology. We serve an elderly population for the most part. And so, those kinds of services related to your heart and blood pressure and all the things that come with aging, and there has been a lot of heart issues related to the COVID-19. So, and we really only have one practice in Cayuga County for cardiac care, and that practice, the principal will be retiring soon. So it's a great opportunity for us to build up our cardiac services.
Nice. And how are you going to go about doing that?
So we've got plans. We've been working with architects and others that comprise kind of a strategic plan for the hospital. There are parallel paths going in terms of recruiting cardiac surgeons and cardiologists and folks that would work in that cardiac institute, and really implementing something that this community needs. In addition to that, Rebecca, we have an expansion of our operating facilities. The technology has changed so much for what happens in surgery. The size of instruments, the amount of robotics that's involved, the lighting and other instruments that are used has really created kind of an interesting dynamic where you have to have, higher ceilings, for instance, and all sorts of different kinds of requirements. And so we'll expand from 4 operating rooms to 7 in 1 procedure room. So that will allow us to, one, serve more people, and two, get in all the kinds of technology that you need in this day and age. So we're excited about that.
And so I'm just making some notes. So Auburn, you said it was through a grant. So how did that grant come to be? And most of this is a result of that grant, right? Can you explain?
Sure. So New York State has a program through the Department of Health, and they're called statewide healthcare facility transformation grants. We received one about 2 or 3 years ago for $12 million to do some things here at the hospital. And so they fund their reimbursable projects. In other words, we put up the money to develop our cardiac care institute in the operating rooms, and then we're reimbursed by the state. And it's all capital dollars, so it's not dollars that you can use for operations.
What does that mean?
That means that they'll pay for the building and the infrastructure and various elements of the building, but they're not going to pay for the people that will be operating in that area. So it's more, the construction and architectural and building kind of piece of the operation.
So what's your vision for this new hospital? What's going to change? What can people expect based on this grant?
Sure. So It's more than this grant. So we are in the process as well as building a $15 million cancer center on our campus. And now you'll have people won't have to travel to Syracuse or to Rochester for comprehensive cancer care. The same goes for serious cardiac issues. So we'll be able to take care of our community right in our own backyard. And that's important because, you know, whether it's cancer or heart issues, even with a somewhat older population, the drama, I'll say, or you know, just the hike that you have to do if you have to go to Syracuse and find parking and have a treatment and then come back. It's you know, it's not great for the healing process. So this is a real momentum builder for our community and our patients, and it'll allow us to recruit some really fantastic doctors who will want to work in a state-of-the-art facility. The cancer center will have world-class doctors from Upstate Cancer that will be doing the work there, caring for people. And it also opens up our operating room so that we'll be able to do more kinds of surgeries. And, you know, in the case of the pandemic and COVID-19, in many cases, hospitals were told to stop providing surgeries for folks that weren't absolutely necessary, and that creates some really interesting problems, including some real financial challenges. So this allows us to have some more options in cases like that.
Wonderful. I mean, anything else that I'm missing that it says ACH or 3-room surgical services. You kind of talked about that. Basically the hospital's getting a facelift, correct?
Yeah, I'd say that, you know, it's really becoming, you know, the model for rural hospitals in New York State, where, you know, we're going to provide the kinds of services that you need in a rural community, and trying to help people in an area where they, you know, we don't want them to travel far distances for serious, you know, whether it's cancer care or cardiac issues or whatever it might be, to get their surgeries done. So it's really a huge commitment and a convenience in some respects for our patients to be able to get the care right here in their own backyard.